So,
Life.
6 p.m.
Mhm.
on August 12th, 2025, open session, Board of Metropolitan City Metropolitan District. First thing on our agenda is planning development. And Carmen, because you have traveled so far, I'm gonna let you go first and give us your presentation. We appreciate you being here.
Great. Well, thank you so much for having me. My name is Carmen Howard. I'm Planning Director for Pueblo County. And with me today is my Deputy Director, Jen Wagner. And we wanted to come and just have an open conversation to give you a little information about what's going on at Pueblo County Planning and Development, and to just make sure that any questions that you may have for us, because there's a lot of changes going on at Pueblo County Planning and Development. We want to make sure to include Colorado City in these conversations and make sure that we're here to provide information to you in case you do have any questions for us. As you may know, we will be taking on our own region or building division under the Planning and Development Department. It's a separation from the Regional Building Department. The reason being is that we're a little frustrated with working in silos and the inability to process permits efficiently. We truly believe at Pueblo County that we can do this well if we have the ability to operate within the county's permit process versus relying on another agency to process those permits. We are working very diligently right now to get this up and running for January 1st. Jen, would you like to put some things in there about our OpenGov and what we're doing there?
So I'm sure many of you've ever submitted any type of zoning authorization development permit to the county, and we use our OpenGov platform to do that. So we're going to be using that same platform to build our building permit. And so rather than now having to, go to the building department and get your permit and then go over to the application to planning department for the AVP, it's going to be done within that same building. So we're definitely streamlining. We're also going to build in some stops along the way. We've spoken with the Metro Board, and there's a lot of concerns about some of the people that do business here bypass the COA process. So we're going to be able to pull them in and build them in to make sure that they are reviewing the applications that affect this community. But it is very exciting what we're moving to. We have some things that we're working on. We're not quite ready to unveil, but we're very, very excited about what this means for the future.
We do have 3 top candidates that we've identified for building official. So that's very exciting. We will be making that final decision very soon. So we'll have our building official on board to help develop the department. Again, a lot of excitement with this. I've got a great team that I'm working with, and we're on all our timelines, and everything is going according to plan. Can I answer any questions? Does anyone have any questions about the?
What was the date you said it was going to be after?
January 1st is our go live.
And what are you going to call
Pueblo County Building Division.
And if the staff, are we taking staff from regional then, or just all new staff?
It'll be the regular HR processes. So we certainly hope that we get staff from regional that come and apply. The county does follow state regulations in terms of hiring processes. And so we will be following the HR processes accordingly. There's a lot of rules and regulations about equal opportunities for people to apply for jobs. So we will be certainly encouraging people from regional to apply, and we hope that they do. We know there's a lot of talent there.
And what will happen to regional?
I believe that regional will still be processing permits for the city, and then the county will be processing permits for the county. So I don't believe it'll be considered a regional building department, but that's outside of my advocacy.
I think that's That's all I have. And is that, you're gonna work closely with, public needs business then?
Oh, Wally's integral to our team. Again, I have an amazing team, Jen and Wally, got my right hand, left hand, right hand, and we work collaboratively on all this. One of the exciting things that we recently rolled out is called our ambassador program. A member of the public needs business team is assigned to each permit that comes in, and they introduce themselves at the beginning of the process, and they're available to help with any hiccups along the way and all throughout that permit process. So that's an exciting recent update to public needs business and the planning department.
I think as far as we're concerned, that it is exciting. I think part of that, of course, is, and I think you feel like the building department, wherever it is, has to answer to somebody. In the past, I don't think we've been kind of feeling this deal. So, kudos to you. Thanks for doing it.
And I believe the commission strategy has made very clear in these meetings that, that's one of the reasons that we want to go to tomorrow is about the same way they need to answer to play. And so now there's definitely accountability.
I noticed the difference now. They include us, whereas before it was like they send you out a notice, okay, I don't know that review, and that was it. And now we sit down and we give you all the information right up front. I can add or put my comments in as to what Colorado City's looking for and what falls in our covenants or if it falls within our jurisdiction. It makes it a lot easier and a lot more streamlined in that situation to move forward in a lot of it.
It gives the applicants and the developers also that information that they need up front with the sketch plan process. Jim was a participant this morning in our sketch plan review meeting, which is a pre-development meeting for commercial projects and subdivisions. With that, fellow needs business and Wally at the lead there has anywhere from 3 to 5 projects that come in bi-monthly in various parts of the county, and we send the information out like Jim mentioned. Reviewers take a look, provide comments as to what that particular agency, metro district, what their requirements are. We provide that to the applicants up front. That way they know what they need to do in order to move forward. You make those connections in the beginning, and that way they also know who to reach out to. So we're finding that that's been a great process.
Just want to say thank you for that. Smaller is better. Smaller is better. So we're looking forward to working with you.
Great. Yep, we'll be having many more conversations. We're very glad to be here tonight, and thank you very much for having us and inviting us. We'd like to keep you updated throughout this process, and so I'll be reaching out to Jim to get us on another agenda as soon as we have some more information to share with you.
It'll be a growth process.
Yes. Yes.
Good. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead, Jim.
So next, Kim brought up an idea of the satellite office for Pueblo County stuff.
Yeah,
The lead on that.
yeah, I'll start, and we're joined by Commissioner Miles Lucero. He is on Zoom. I'll start it and then he'll continue. He approached me during one of the PACOG meetings that we had with an exciting idea for the community center. Basically, they are undergoing some, I don't know if you call it economic hardships. And Commissioner, feel free to correct me if I speak out of the facts, but that hardship for them actually presented a tremendous opportunity for the Metro District to start collaborating with the county. It would give a foothold to the county to have presence here during some times. So it would be a certain monetary contribution between the county and the Metro District. We'll talk about numbers in a second. Not a budget breaking amount by any metric when you consider the advantages it brings. First and foremost, I believe that we had talked about some of the recreational programs, the parks and recs from the county's department has to bring them over here. I believe the DA's office said something about bringing somebody to speak to the community once a month. Tammy Torres, director of DHS, Human Services, send somebody and provide some services for the community. Maybe even the clerk and recorder, DMV, to have issuing license stuff that traditionally our members and our residents within the community would have to travel to town. We have an option here, but first and foremost, would actually give a full foothold to the county within our community, help us grow together. So with that being said, Commissioner Lucero, if you'd like to elaborate or issue any corrections on the statements I made, because this is your baby, I'm just here helping you with it.
Well, I appreciate it. Can I do a quick mic check? You guys hearing me okay?
Yeah, loud and clear. Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Sorry, I lost you guys. Hold on one second, fellas. Okay, sorry, one more time. Can you guys say something?
Yeah, hello? Something?
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Hey, thanks for the time tonight. I really appreciate it. Kareem, I think you did a great job of kind of describing the idea of the project from a high level. You know, from my perspective, this is just a way for the county to, I think your words are perfect, to kind of have a foothold in the Greenhorn Valley and start to provide some services to that community more easily, you know. So I know there's a lot of folks in the community up there that they're not necessarily comfortable driving into downtown Pueblo into the into the big city to have to accomplish everything they have to. And you know, I certainly don't want to give the impression that we're going to be offering a full slate of county services at this location, but I think this is a really good opportunity for partnership between the county, the Colorado City Metro, and then the VFC. You know, Kareem mentioned some financial hardships. That's not really playing into the picture to me as much. I just think this is a perfect location for the county to be able to certainly provide a little bit of financial assistance, but also just have a presence out there and bring some of our services more locally so that folks don't always feel like they have to come to us. And so Kareem mentioned I think the really robust programs that we're going to be able to offer are Department of Human Services, getting folks connected with food stamp benefits, with Medicare, Medicaid information. Parks and Rec you know, we have a great opportunity there. We have various satellite sites throughout the county currently, and I think our Parks and Rec director is just really excited about having the opportunity to provide some of those
He was here
services
today.
in your community. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think we're at the very early stages here. A lot of the details are certainly yet to be hashed out. We do have to bring VFC into the conversation, of course, to determine which 2 days a week are the best days. But numbers wise, what we're thinking is the county will provide the VFC about $1,500 a month to rent that space 2 days a week. That's kind of what the commissioners have tentatively agreed to. We're willing to make that commitment through the end of this year, starting in October, and then the entirety of 2026. So that's kind of our pilot vision. We have some staff already committed for the end of this year. And then I guess the important part is the ask for the Metro District is we're hoping that you guys would be willing to commit $500 every month. And of course, you know, with the open door policy of whatever services you guys feel like you might want to provide, if any, you're also there as partners with us on those days where the county's running the show in conjunction with you guys. So I think that's kind of all the details. Again, we're ready to go October 1. We're putting together a meeting with the VFC next week, and certainly if you guys are interested, you know, we'll get whichever stakeholders on your end that want to be part of this into that conversation. And yeah, I think all of us at the county are looking for opportunities to bring government services to folks where they're at. So this is an effort to that end. And if you have any questions, happy to answer. Again, there's certainly plenty of details left to be worked on, but I think this is something that we are ready to move forward with.
Good enough said it better. Thank you.
Question for Question, Sarah, how many square feet do you propose you'll need?
Sorry, guys, I can hear about 80% of what's coming from the room. Do you
Yeah.
mind repeating that, Mr. Elliott?
About how many square feet are you thinking as office use?
Well, I think whichever days that we end up being out there, I think we would envision having access to the entire facility. With the kind of wide variety of services, um, I think we would need separate spaces, and there's certain instances where we would need some privacy. For example, if the DA were to send out a victim advocate, that those types of conversations require some private space, that we wouldn't want to be intermingling with a chair yoga class, for example. So I would envision that we would want all three of those indoor rooms when we are out there.
Thank you.
Yes.
And you said October 1, you're ready to go? October
One more
1
time,
is
sir. I apologize.
October 1st?
October 1st well, beginning of October, whatever days of the week we land on. I think beginning of October, that first week of October is when we'd be ready to get in there. And this is all assuming that the VFC is okay with these plans and we're able to get to those finer details with them.
Do you offer that kind of service to the other community centers like in Avondale and Old Mesa?
We offer similar services, but they're properties that we own. We have a really nice community center in the St. Charles Mesa area. We have a nice community center out in Avondale, like you mentioned. So yes, we do, and we have this model in place as far as programming. In fact, I think this might even be more robust in the fact that we're not taking the county clerk and the motor vehicle department out to Avondale. So I think the potential here in Colorado City is for even more broad services than we offer at any of our locations as it exists today.
Thank you. I kind of lead in those questions because I promote that project that you're on. So
I'm gonna go ahead on a limb and take advantage of the fact that my favorite planning department's in the room. Could we maybe send a permit specialist once a month down here?
We were already talking about.
I may not be special. Yeah, so we could also have people that are permit specialists to get help instead of them having to go all the way up to, well, I mean, business, somebody wants to do a remodel, or they're thinking about buying the lot adjacent, what they have to do to make their lot bigger, and their pros will answer those questions in 15 minutes flat.
I think it's a wonderful thing to support VFC as well, and really support Val. So I think it's great. I would suspect part of that would be scheduling. That would be
Yeah, and I think when this is all said and done, there's not going to be too many departments that escape getting out to Colorado City once or twice a month. I mean, it's just a great opportunity, and even if we send our planning department up there and they can't, get you set up with the sketch plan review, we have an opportunity for everybody to be able to educate the community in some form or fashion. That includes the sheriff, that includes the DA. Any of our departments can get out there a couple times a month and do some kind of, I've been calling it a lunch and learn, where the community is just welcome to come and learn about what the county has to offer, even if it's not direct access to a specific service.
I don't have any more questions. Board, speak up.
I'll just to say that I'm impressed and think it's a great opportunity for everybody.
Yeah, so then maybe the board needs to speak up on financial end of that. How do we feel about that?
From a selfish point, because I was here from the inception when Commissioner Lucero brought it up to me, I know the money is every nickel counts, but for the amount of services that right now, you have to look at value, not just price. The value that we bring to our community, to every single resident that now is not going to have to drive to town to ask a question. And by the way, I think that every single human That's how to deal with this. You go and, oh, no, yeah, the person that does that's not here today, come back next week, and that's another hour round trip for a resident, et cetera. The amount of value comes, you're talking victim advocacy, human services, driver's license, plates, planning and development, permit specialist from public works, all of that now all of a sudden, not just us, but the whole Greenhorn Valley will be a skip and a hop away versus having to, is it gonna take a little bit of planning? Sure, you have to look at the schedule and see what is it that you need to do. But believe me, when it comes to that being measured against having to drive to town to figure out what you're gonna do, value wise, I don't think that there's a comparison.
I would just note, Commissioner, that the citizens are to spend more than $500 plus all our citizens to go for these services in the county.
Yeah.
So again, from a value perspective and serving our citizens, I think it's potential worth sharing.
I think $500 a month is very reasonable. Yeah, I like it. It's money well spent.
Jim, you're the money guy, you hold the money.
So that's one of the things I gotta do is look into our budget when we have. I know going into next year's budget, yeah, we can set that as a set line item, whereas this budget, I gotta see if we can get it in there and do what we need to do. There's gonna be some areas that, we are overspending in our budget that we might be able to do.
We have to find 3 months, right, October, November, December, yeah, $1,800.
Which I think we can probably end up doing. Yeah,
Okay.
especially since we've got scholarships we can go. This year.
Oh, that's right. Awesome.
Okay. Good, any other comments, questions?
No,
I'll just thank the commissioner for bringing this forward and,
Great
for
idea.
collaborating and getting it in front of us.
Thank you. He approached me, I just ran with him.
Thank you.
Well,
Commissioner.
I get it temporal.
I have to give the credit to Mr. Harry Hostetler and the rest of the VFC folks for reaching out to me to, give me a tour of that facility and kind of start brainstorming ideas of how the county can help out. And the county made a significant investment in that building a few years ago, and I want to see it thrive. And I think, I share the same opinion of that location as folks on the board, that it's a community center. It's meant for a place of gathering. It's meant for a place of resources and education. And I really see a ton of potential in meeting those goals. So I appreciate you folks, all you do for that community up there. And I hope you do know that just because you're on the outskirts of town, we don't forget about you. And that's evidenced by the fact that Director Howard and Deputy Director Wagner are in the room with you. You guys are part of us. So we want this to be a great partnership, and I'm really excited to continue moving forward on this one.
Thanks, agreed. Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, guys. Have a great night, and talk soon.
Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, next, GMS tank, change order that's in front of you. There is also 2 payouts for May and June, or June and July engineering, and then there's a payout for engineering and painting of the tree and rails and stuff that we do. We have both representatives here, Alex and also Andrew. So the total payout for both of them is going to be $203,342.50. Which there was some other stuff that would be put in, so we're looking at maybe the next meeting, another payout to Andrew for some of the additional work that has been done in that. We need to approve or deny the change order.
What is your feeling about the change order?
I feel that, with the price of inflation and everything else, it's reasonable.
Okay.
So I believe we can pull the 250 more out. Most of it's gonna be next year anyway.
I went over it, nothing like that, nothing been discussed or has been talked about. So I'm with Jim on that.
So what did you say the pay request was?
It's gonna be $203,342.50 with, the payout for the engineering, which was, June and July. And that was, let me pull it up here.
I don't see that number there.
Was, well, you have the first invoice is $27,527.40 for the first drop from July 29th. And then from August 8th, we have another $177,815.10. So that's, with those two totals, comes up to the $203,342.50.
And then we have another one for $542 or something.
No. No, that's just the two change orders. And then
$542 request for payment, made in August 8th.
the one in August 8th,
14,429.
yeah, that's their engineering, and then also then you have Swedish industrial, which is the 161,385.76. Which gives you a total of $175,815.10. Because there was an error in it, and I ended up forwarding until we got it straight.
Okay. All right, so question for you?
I have another question. You said, most of it was gonna be going out next year anyway?
To finish out tank 3,
Okay,
because with our gas schedule, the way we set it up,
okay,
there's no way he's gonna be able to do the inside of 3 in November, December, especially with the hill the way it is, and the
That's fine.
temperatures.
I just wondered.
That's why he's looking more at April and May to get started on the inside of tank 3.
Okay, got it.
People would rather do that than like the snow and everything else.
Andrew, how are we at with the schedule? Are we mobilizing to the interior tank 1?
I was waiting on updates for the pump and the temp tank. We are probably 8 days behind with the weather, that we talked about with the afternoon rains.
Yeah.
I got a couple of days of bug removal and some cleanup to do before I put the finish coat on. So there is, I'd say probably 2 weeks in there still of work to do up top, but we're all the way around on the shell. We're about 10 feet from the ladder, and then we just have, the bottom end to do when we're done sandbar.
Okay. No, it's fine. I'll update again. I'll send it out to everybody, actually.
That'd be good. Which we got the pump put in and it's ready to go, all of that. The only thing is filling the ladder now and, getting it, sterilized, neutralized, all of that.
Mr. Shaw.
So go ahead.
Let's talk about the bladder. Is it, up to snuff now, or,
Yeah, there's no problem with it.
okay, and is the, sterilization process, difficult or time consuming?
It'll be a whole day,
Okay,
be a 24-hour period.
all right,
Okay. We'll have to drain what's in it now and then turn around and fill it and chlorinate it so that it will be sterilized. And then after that, then we have to drain it again, and then we can start using it.
okay, thanks.
So we're looking at about 3-4 days. So it's kind of nice that he's behind a little bit. Because we had some issues with the pump that we originally thought was gonna go in there. We couldn't get it through enough head pressure to overtake what pressure was coming off.
We have that corrected.
Yes. We got another company and it's kind of,
So the change orders, this issue of the change orders, back to it. Any questions on the change order from the board? Okay. And of course, the payment is also going to, part of that issue, we're going to, part of the agenda is to, do the payment. If we could discuss that now as well, about that, questions on it? Comments? My comment is that we're over $100,000 over budget on GMS. That concerns me. I recognize there's been changes in what comes with it, but that's a concern. If we want that $100,000 over budget, this change order for painting the tanks will look so hard. So, not much I can do about it, but it certainly concerns me. That's all I have. Yeah, let's go ahead.
okay, next, Green, Bob and I sat down, went through the contract, for our gauge, the one for the 135. There was a few questions that, needed to be more elaborated on. Those are included. There's 3 of them. I have not received an email back from Tracy or, Robert at this time. So that will be probably on the first thing on my list tomorrow is to see, is there my email where you at? This was sent out last Thursday.
Last Thursday?
Yes.
So that is, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, that is, in the agenda.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to mod the agenda.
Yeah.
And,
To move it forward to next.
next meeting, okay,
Forward.
yeah. Just take it out.
I'd like to move it forward so that way it stays on the.
Okay. So as far as, discussing that, we can wait then discuss or discuss some of the contract now. You know, pleasure of the board.
And that's,
Yeah.
I've been talking about.
I like listening. Mr. Chairman, I would just share that, Ernie and I both felt very, disappointed in the level of detail provided and back up to substantiate the money. The dollars may be fine, but the text and descriptions leave you with questions that you cannot just feel comfortable with less than the money has with. So the email that Jim sent forward to get more details should give us a basis to be more comfortable with the number or determine that no release in the trust or not. But, documentation here is.
So, to Kareem, then, you would say that the things that were bothering you that we discussed last meeting with the boreholes and the, inspection of the wetlands or whatever they were, are those the same, concerns that, we sent forth in the email that we're waiting on?
Yes.
There's nothing else in there.
No, that was, I think at the conclusion of, Mr. Siebert and I's, review of it, every single comment was addressed and sent to RJH. Some of it was just, I want a little more breakdown to feel comfortable, and I believe Bob and I were on it, but some of it just seemed too
Open-ended.
So
yeah,
any-
open-ended, for lack of a better word.
So any real discussion of that tonight would be redundant.
For that contract, yes, I would agree.
So Jim, when was the original contract? What date? Do you remember?
The original one or the updated one?
No, the original.
No. I don't have, I'm looking at it. No.
If they had performed the work and completed it in a timely manner, would these changes that we're now requesting have been required?
I don't think so.
So.
Okay, but not on UDMA is dated January 19th, 2023. Yeah, that's. That was with Graber.
And at that point, we probably wouldn't have needed to, if they had performed their work in time and manner, we probably wouldn't have needed to extend the boreholes or to check on the wetland.
Mr. Chairman, part of what we don't know is when they're claiming the engineer requires this, we don't know when that happened. And so part of the request we've asked them to give us the backup on that, just for that very reason, and to give us a position to be able to make it, to stand like that.
State dam engineer is not gonna make a request like that. Honestly, Mr. Chairman, the state dam engineer is not gonna make a request like that with, we have to come through some official communication. And if that, the claim is factual, that it's coming straight from the state, I'd be willing to say, okay, let's survive, but this is what we wanna see.
And. Okay, anything else? Thank you, guys. Appreciate you doing that. Hey, Jim.
The next, CCAAC review, we have nothing at this time. You know, Bob was working on about 5 different cases. He wanted to hand them to me this morning, and I said, no. I had already enough changes in my review. So I told him, you need to hold them until next meeting and get them to me that Thursday before, not the day before, because that way I can get it out with everybody on Friday.
Now, that was complaint issues, not new bill.
Yeah, it's more complaints.
We don't have any new bill.
Yeah, he was checking on one. There was somebody had dammed up the little Graneros, down there in Unit 41. He had,
Was it a zebra or person?
the person,
Oh,
he had Steve come out and look at it. Steve was gonna write us a letter to join with our letter out to this person that he needs to either clean it up or we go out and clean it up and charge it for him. So,
By the way, we dealt with that.
yeah, but we're waiting till we get that letter first to start that process. And then we have the state water commission behind us to say this is a no.
That particular situation where I thought a number that was.
Also going to provide a copy of the needed link to the board.
Yes, yes, we'll have all of that together in a packet for you guys to say this is where we're gonna go with it. He also has a structure out there that is on our property and, moving forward with it.
if I may, Mr. Chairman, I need Bob's email whenever you get a chance, because the one I had, I'm trying to connect him to Wally Wallace.
Oh,
How about
that's good.
Yeah, and I tried emailing him a few times and I think I have the wrong one to be quite frank, it's on me, I really my own handwriting. So if we could please, because.
Yeah. Or you can even go into Culver City CCA or see,
The boss was.
yeah. I'm saying, or the CCA,
Yeah.
you can email him and he can get that email from that channel too.
Perfect.
But I would also keep, his personal email from
Okay. Anything else?
you kind of statement.
Bigger statement?
Nobody.
In order for this board to be conducted in the most effective and expeditious manner, necessary that all persons present maintain a demeanor of civility toward board, staff, and each other. Conduct that appears threatening or aggressive will not be tolerated. Shouting, speaking out of order, or the use of offensive gestures, similar are not acceptable. Such behavior shall constitute the forfeiture of a right to remain in attendance and raid, as the point board is brought to board attention by a council or any board member, including the chairperson, resulting in being asked to leave the meeting by the chairperson or one or two being escorted out of the meeting by the proper authority. Do we have anybody that wants to speak?
There is nobody signed.
Anybody, even though you didn't sign up, did anybody want to speak up?
I do.
Go ahead.
I'd like to introduce a new employee. Roberta Anderson started Monday with us for the receptionist, AR accounts receivable in billing. So I'd like to welcome to the team, and we're head spinning after the last 2 days, but learning a lot.
Welcome.
Welcome. Oh, very much so.
No, I didn't bet.
So he went up, she's down to AP and payroll.
I'm talking about with, Commissioner and across since Rye is in Pueblo County and we're not that big, but, inviting them to throw in some money and have it available for them.
Good idea.
Have my
That's
sisters.
why I kick into that $500. It's a good idea.
They get the benefit too.
I'm gonna hold them
You think of $500?
Yeah.
Okay, anything else? Process and Portland, the next meeting, board of directors, college and Metropolitan, August 12th, 2025, 10:40. Did you join the pledge of allegiance, please?
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Rolling and getting started, reflecting on their shoes. Thank you, everyone. Let the minutes show that I have a full quorum. All board members. I get approval of the agenda.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Move and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
We need to drop off the RGH contract.
I think if we just table it,
Let's do it.
I think you should add in the satellite, office support.
Yes, we need to.
Actually, and to discuss the possibility of an addendum for the RFP, or is that? Should we make an amendment to the agenda then? Do we need a motion?
Yeah, looking,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to amend, item 11 to the agenda to include, discussion for the $500 for participation on the DFL,
satellite office.
satellite office.
Or, well, we can.
Okay, move and second, I don't know properly how we do that, do it fast and. All that, let's just go with it. Any questions?
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We have an amendment again.
Okay, you have the minutes in there, from the last meeting. There was a change on the, it was updated. That was the sheet. We had Clint, excused absence.
So it's correct.
That is correct. Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for study session, regular meeting July 29th, 2025, and the CCACC minutes July 29th. Second.
Okay, so.
Second.
I'm sorry, what?
Second.
Acceptance is
Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Bill Finn.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we pay the bill. Second.
Move and second, any discussion? Question? Um, I had a couple of questions answered already, so. I have a couple of questions. Compumeric Engineering for, $14,836. Handicap access transportation, is that part of the value?
Yes.
Yes,
Is that part of the reimbursement from that?
Yes.
yes.
It just didn't fit in the description to show the value of part of it.
That's what I presume.
So another thing is, that when you guys asked about the I-beams, those were actually for the scoreboard. And with that being said, Highline is paying,
Highline the sponsor of the scoreboard.
So they're- and also, the cement was under for Rumco. Yeah.
They just made a really big donation on the
Yes.
IDs too. They donated over half the cost of those, and then Little Diggers donated their labor.
Other question is, tank one, John House prep for paint?
No,
Or
No.
tan?
No,
it's prep is for, the parts and pieces that
parts
we
and
need
pieces that have to go with it.
with that pump. The pump that we able to transfer enough water out the truck, which we're looking at too, with the pump that didn't have enough head pressure, that we are looking at possibly taking the motor and everything is great with it. All it is the pump itself. So we're looking at trying to just change out the pump and, see what it would cost to remove that. So then we have two pumps in it that are big enough to handle moving it. If one goes down, you still have to move water on that backup.
I will, ask the board to notice. $26,177.27 for month worth of lease forever.
That was a lot of work on the dugouts that were getting the tank, bladder tank, hooked up with our system and
Now, I'm not
changing our
questioning,
SCADA to tank four,
I'm not
tank
questioning
one.
all, what I'm questioning is why we aren't looking for somebody in-house to do it.
A square, the instrument that controls the water plant. Mr. Chairman, as an engineer, I can tell you that's an extremely hard area to find. I mean, I know districts in Denver and Boulder that pay to the tunes of the hundreds of thousands of dollars to get an engineer on
I wouldn't
the.
dispute that whatsoever. On the same token, I looked at the invoice. There's a bunch of it that was just for working on its own.
A lot of it is programming.
Look at the invoice. The virtual stuff. So, okay, that's all I have. Any other comments, questions, you vote?
Carol, I was curious, in that particular list of things we talked about, the, take three, the breaker, the low again, do we have to take the breaker resolved, so it seems like it sounds like something done from it?
Yeah, it was,
It happened, when they were up there, Jensen and I went up, found the bed fuse. We, put it in, we just replaced fuse because we only had one. Well, the other two went, one of the other ones went, so we replaced all three. I went to town and got new breakers.
Or something fundamentally wrong that blowing these things, are gonna see a recurring problem?
I don't think so, no, I don't see anything.
they've been there for
Much.
10, 15 years.
Yeah.
There was a conduit box up on the roof that we removed when we put my handrail on. And we left the conduit pipe laying on the ground. Spark.
That could have been, yeah, I didn't know
But
that.
it's off now, so it won't be touched again.
I'm also worried about somebody grabbing on.
It's on the hill.
Okay. Let's pay bills. Cliff,
Yes.
Brim,
Yes.
Rob, yes, Ray,
Yes.
Carol, yes.
Okay, operational report. Lake Declive. As of 8/8, we were at 14.5. Everything stayed within, I think, 2 or 3 of each other. As for the measurements on the physiometer, everything was the same on it. So we're staying right in with it. Parks and Rec, operational report. We've been busy mowing and keeping up with weeds. We've had some equipment issues, but I've been able to get things fixed and keep going. The golf course area is mowed and ready for the 4-H archery event. We have done some cleanup at the park. We removed the old rock climbers that have fell apart by the pavilion and have started installing new wear-resistant trash cans. Sports baseball season is winding down, and we were getting ready for soccer this month. New soccer football field is looking good, but won't be able to use until the sod takes root. It could be around 8 weeks, so we will possibly get soccer started on the baseball fields like usual. Full season is almost over as school is starting. We'll be able to open the first week sprint or aerobics, lap, swim, and a few parties. Holly Dot, golf course.
Yeah, Josh, with all the new additions to the park, are you staffed appropriately? Okay.
A little bit better than normal. I have a couple kids who haven't moved on yet, but I'm waiting day to day. I'd like to add that today Josh was kind enough to give myself and the Parks and Rec team a tour of the rec center and have some great. You guys do a lot for what little you have, and really commend you on it. It looks very well, respectable, and the most beautiful tour in the state of Colorado. It's not an exaggeration, it really is. We're lucky to have it. And no short amount of the effort you guys put into it, so thank you.
Well, and even Josh last year bringing in the idea of bringing in pool table and stuff for the kids on weekends when there isn't basketball or stuff to keep them busy during the winter. And they monitor it well. It's great.
Yeah, he had some really good discussions with Amanda from the county, and something comes up, great. She's there to help, and he was nothing but cordial and open to it. So something comes up, I look forward to it. I agree. Yes. What little I saw shows it.
Okay, Holly Dot, Pro Shop. We got last year, June revenues was $79,242, and this year was $90,444. So from last year, our total was $360,550. This year is $461,376. And July was a hot month, and there was some rain out there.
Do you have any kind of preliminary feeling about expenses? Are we same as last year or up?
We have some that is up.
Or we have a feeling those up or down?
I think
Expenses.
I think we're going to probably be making. Usually we're close in December. And hopefully we'll end up using that to move into next year with fertilizer and things that we buy parts for our mowers or keep everything
Ahead of memberships.
Yeah.
Will do.
Okay, I also put in the Friends of Holly Dot. They will be having a meeting on Thursday. This was their report as to what they have and what we have, they have in the bank as to all the tournaments and good help that they do for the clubhouse. August water report. excuse me, Cold Springs produced 2.3 million gallons, Beckwith produced 14.8 million gallons, for a total of 17.3 total. We worked through the month, with just 2 skids running. The new heater in skid 3 down on its own, that, top start, locked on and melted a lot of the piping. Piping has been replaced, but the top start has not. We are moving forward with the tank cleaning. We have lost 10 days waiting on parts for the new pump. A Squared has installed the VFDs and the PLC. Once piping is complete, we will be able to move ahead, with programming and tying the high pipes to main plant. Their well pumps so that we will be able to start taking water take one offline. We will be soon testing the new PRV station to prove that it will work with, taking the tank 2 offline. The gap, prints are in and the state engineer, has been looking at them, should, soon be approved. The wastewater plant, we see 7.6 million gallons of wastewater treated and returned 8.7 million gallons. We have received the new parts for the fan press and are now pressing daily. The VFDs are all, installed. The TU 500s are next. The logic getting tied to the PLCs from the probes to the VFDs at this point in time. We are running on a clock. We, met with Gabby, David, Caroline, and Nate over the wastewater plant. Nate sent up updated SOPs to Mrs. Briggs, haven't heard back yet. That will be the new ORC for the wastewater plant, starting soon. Aiden's operation report, all had classes with Mark Foxworthy, completed the rodeo well, tank 1 pump replaced and repiped from 2-inch to 3-inch, replaced the drain line from the golf course that had been flooding, for months near the main shop entrance, jetted 400 foot on left-hand lane and 600 foot on Spotted Tail. Replaced 4 bad meters, Manitou Lake, View Circle, B Hill, and replaced. F-250 maintenance, all rotors and pads, ABS, hydraulic and electronic modules replaced. Had to tow the Alpine for to reflash and get the computer that match up to the new pump. With ABS.
So those 4 meters, those are the 4 we talked about last.
No.
So that's cool.
Well, the cool thing about it, I think, is we found them during billing. They were found on one day and they were fixed the very next.
Okay, your attorney's reports. Let's get to the attorney's report.
What, any update on the golf course now?
No, we were waiting to have a Zoom meeting.
We have it scheduled for now on
Well, I thought it was noon. Did you send out an email regarding?
Yep. 1 o'clock.
Thank you. Tomorrow at 1.
Yeah.
Zoom.
Zoom. You should have a Zoom invite.
I've got a new device, so I
Can you accept it?
I accepted it. Yeah. I've got a new device, so I might be able to, I don't recall seeing it.
They pulled up off the Zoom, it was there in the email that she accepted it, Ray accepted it, I accepted it, she accepted it.
Okay, so you guys have that covered.
Maybe still in my contract. No, it was accepted.
Update on the projects we have going. We'll get more of that next.
Yes, there'll be some more.
Okay. All right. Go ahead with the attorney's report.
The attorney's report, There was a letter that Daniel sent out to, a person that was, fighting with ALS. He also, like, got a letter back, this morning at about 10, and also included it, that was one of the letters that was put in, that he still is complaining that he deserves to, he wants us to work with him, which I really totally wrong.
So do we need to take any action there?
You know,
Our position there, I think, is remains the same, correct?
with water, correct?
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the agenda.
Change order for, our ARPA, Schedule 3 water tank 1, 2, and 3 improvements. Like I said, new change order will increase, our total to $1,434,415, which is a $254,040 increase.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, to approve the change order. That's that one.
Move in second, question, discussion. We're kind of going over this, so quite a lot. I think the big problem here is, are you gonna be able to have? Okay.
Well, you don't, you have to let him do it.
Okay. Board questions, discussion. Let's go. Graham?
Yes.
Clint?
Yes.
Bob? Yes. Ray?
Yes.
Board, chair votes yes.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to approve the, full request.
Second.
Move in second, question, discussion. Let's go. Ray?
Yeah.
Bob? Yes. Clint?
Yes.
Graham?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. And we are going to, I need a motion to table that.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, we table the RGH contract discussion until the board meeting, for the legal opinion, additional information from RGH.
Second.
Moving seconded. Okay with the board? All right, let's go. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So, would you entertain a motion to, well, I'll entertain a motion from you for the sidelight, for the contract.
Absolutely. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to support the satellite office for Pueblo County to set up, within the district, offer, I mean, the VFC, yes, to offer services, to our community.
Moving second, discussion, questions? So just a point here, I think, is that we need to, in doing that, we need to set up memo meetings. Whether we,
With, I mean,
you know, it's more likely they'll have one they want to do themselves. If they'll tell them. And I think when we start on, yeah, well, we will see as well.
Yeah, it would be an IGA between us and the county and an MOU between both entities and the VFC, yes.
So, okay, I am going to recuse myself from voting on that, as I am on the board of both entities. And I don't believe that there is a conflict of interest, but just out of public perception. So,
But Mr. Chairman, I don't want to leave out the suggestion of making during the study period of, working in the city of Rye, will share in the benefits, but also the expenses.
I agree.
okay, so we can always change that. Just to get it from. So let's vote on the proposal, the amendment you made, that looks include $5 million. Ready?
Yes.
Off? Yes. Clint?
Yes.
Graham?
Yes.
Do you have more business?
Old business, that's water, we've been busy trying to get everything in line for tanks and stuff we haven't worked on yet. Rogemont, Claremont, Camelot, they're closed, like I said, until the 20th month, that will be the 90 days. At which point we can go out and tear it out if we need to, or at least put them on it to start tearing it out. Which I believe we're probably gonna need sheriff assistance on it. Meter change out, like I said, we've been busy. We did replace 4 meters. Water loss, we're still at that point. Looking for it, but nothing new. Water survey leak detection. I did have a meeting with USDA. Nate and I, we talked to USDA on our funding for the gap project. They are, the money for Colorado is being used up. They're going to go nationwide to see if any other states have not used any of their money and their reserve funds, if they can, pull up this for gap. If not, it will be the beginning of the year when they do reimburse all of theirs, which they won't know until after October, whether the kind of reimbursement is, which I believe it's high on the priority list, which that's what they were saying, that it's high on the priority list because it is infrastructure and things that will rural communities, which they're starting to back a lot more now, especially with the new legislation that went federally for special districts. They're considered now a government entity instead of just a special district under another government. So that's where we're at with that. The WSRF funding for the water, they're still reviewing it. They're waiting also on USDA's decision on what they're willing to fund, so that way we can use both funds, whether it be WSRF funding, which is the roundtable, or the revolving fund. They can loan forgive up to $2 million on part of the loan, and they'll take part of the loan, and USDA will take the rest of the loan. So it might be like $5,000 for WSRF funding and $15,000 for USDA, which USDA will have more grant funding to help out. Anything else like that?
Any other business? The door. Jim, what about the water use on Little River? We have a time like that.
I believe so. We sent out letters and stuff.
You told me that it was finalized. That was very bad. A few months ago.
If we come with $150, I'll have to recheck it.
This you do, please. I'm sure we can do it. Okay, new business?
One of the things that I have down is, for the RFP, we need to probably end up start looking at how we want to set up a committee. You know, Ken was talking about, getting somebody out of the county, probably myself, and that's where I'm kind of at is I'll need some assistance there as to when we, call for these RFPs and then to go forward.
Mr. Chairman,
This year.
if I may, we have an audience tonight. Could you explain just briefly what the RFP is for in relationship to projects?
I'll let you.
So the RFP process is a request for proposals. We are receiving statements of qualification from qualified engineering firms that can carry out the duties of an owner's rep for a best value contract to carry out the construction of the Beckwith Dam modification, let's call it. First step will be to retain a firm. We've had actually a lot of interest. We've had a lot,
I think there was six.
six,
That's it now.
leading firms that have requested requested the RFP documents and the 90% plans to submit a statement of qualification. Ideally, the way we're going by the state requirements. We grab these, and because it is an RFP process, best value, not best price. So we get these statements of qualification from firms. There has to be an evaluation committee, which is what Mr. James is bringing up. And then once we have them individually, the committee will go over the proposals and rank them from 1 to 6. If we get 6, and then it will be up to the board in the district to decide whether we want to go with the best one and enter into direct negotiations, or make a short list to the best 3 candidates and have them come and give a presentation. One thing that is disallowed, because we are going by the statutes, we cannot enter into negotiations to 2 simultaneously competing against each other. That is a big, big, big no-no. So we will just go with the most adequate one, begin negotiations. If we're not content with the price being offered, rates, whatever, then we terminate negotiations and we can go to number 2. Yes, sir.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, and for the audience, the RFP is for us to hire a group of experts to watch out for our best interests
Yes.
as the projects move forward for the dam, because we're getting a new dam. And so we, in this day and age, we have to hire experts to keep track of progress so that things are coming in on time and on budget.
And they will also have, for the construction management, absolutely, they will be carrying out quality quality control and the materials testing. I mean, we used to do it with roads and bridges clearly, but if a road fails, oh no, we got a pothole. If a dam fails, we're going to be in the national news, not for the right reason. So it's one of those things that I say, especially big capital improvement projects like this one, and it's not a small project. We're better off not cutting corners and having subject matter experts be on our corner. And then again, the intention is to have them, and once they are our owner's rep, they'll help us develop a best value contract to select a contractor to go. So that way we evade the whole issue of somebody coming in with a very low ball price and fight us for at every inch for a change order so that they can make their buck. So yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Other new business?
That was under new business.
Okay, so, a couple things. I'd like to, I talked to you before, but I would like to ask Glenn to kind of head up interns, acquiring interns or working with interns for work in the city. And that would be actually on with the water sewer department and utilities, wherever. So consider the interns. And we've tried this before, and we didn't get very far. So I have asked for him, he agreed to do that. So I'm going to, that's going to be kind of the comedian one for him to do that.
It would be an honor and a pleasure.
So
I want to say that, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. Go on. No, I did not mean to. I apologize.
The other thing I asked was for Bob, he is now a free man. He doesn't
I'm gonna go on vacation for a couple of days.
But I asked him, because of the seniority of IT work, to do the same thing with maybe an intern from high school, to work with an intern, like the high school, or whatever, to work on our website. I think we can improve our website greatly, and Bob agreed that he would go in that route, yes, sir, and work along that line. So that's just new business, and both of those will be actually committees. And a committee of one for both of them. And they both agreed to do it. Go ahead, Jeff.
Well, one of the things too is you gotta notice that Windows 10 now is not going to be supported.
Computers.
So there is a couple of laptops that we need to replace. I did go to our IT guys, and I know some of them work on that aspect of it too, as to different options to make sure. And I know he said that he had something in with government and, with a program that we might be able to buy at a lower price.
But both of you appreciate you talking about that. Okay, that's all I have. Anybody else?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, that the intern program, one of the people that brought it up, he's actually online, Mr. Brett Poulter. He was the one who initially talked to me on the phone over it. And after that idea, I went over and I spoke with Commissioner Paula McFeeters, who she worked in public community college. Gosh, I think, I'm not gonna say it because I don't know if she like me talking about it. But she retired from, and I mean, she is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to programs to help, grants and stuff to help, young talent stay in Pueblo and securing funding sources so we can subsidize some of these interns. And it would be for Gary and Greg to probably get free hands from the university to help us put together a start work plan for it. But I'll work with you guys directly as part of this committee. Because definitely need your input as to what is needed.
Sure.
So.
Thank you.
I got it. Sorry, Clint. I had 4 accept, and that was Mark.
Oh.
And so I just resent a new invite. Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, I'm sorry, that was my bad. I seen 4 accepted and I didn't realize it was not that accepted. So I did resend out a invite for you.
Anything else?
You received it.
Please don't.
I think we're good this time.
Anybody else? No. I will entertain a motion to get out.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to adjourn.
Good this afternoon. All in favor, adjourned.
We had a vote on what.
This would be unfair.